off, so it's the Dispel Magic is going to make it lose its multi-attack, but it is going to try to fire its arm and magnetize it to the wall. That's only a 13, though. Does that hit? That misses? Okay. So it tries to grab one of your hands away from your face, but you are just sloppy and nasty and just greased pig right out of it, as it's like, you can see like it's, as its hand tries to close, like 2 of its fingers close and then like open and close and are just like glitching as it's trying to grab you, as the rune work inside of it is trying to boot it back up against this Dispel Magic.
I think Ben, he's like struggling, and he's got that, like when like water is supposed to like run off a bird's feathers because of that oil they have on them. Yeah, but that has not worked. Like he looks soaking wet and disgusting, like a bird covered, in oil, and just absolutely disgusting and pathetic on the ground. And he looks back at the Kid Resistance, and he just he says again, like, please help me. And a burst of magic goes off, and there was a pile of bones on the, and there's a sewer in the D&D. There's a pile of bones there, and magic just sort of spins around it, and it reconstructs into a skeleton as he casts Animate Dead.
Oh, cool.
So
So I don't think it's like a human skeleton, but I would say it's like a weird amalgam of like fish bones and rat bones and stuff like that, come together.
Sure. Just a horrific little skeleton. Like Ben looks at it, and it looks like it's looking at him with its weird empty, like probably several skulls.
Yeah, just like 25 rat skulls turned to look at you.
And Ben lets out like just a and it jumps on the tick. So I can make a bonus action to mentally command it with a command, which is help me.
Okay. Do you have to roll? Does it have like stats? Do you have to like roll for it?
The GM has the creature's game statistics.
Do I?
Yeah.
This is Animate Dead?
Yeah, Animate Dead. The target becomes a skeleton if you chose bones, or a zombie if you chose a corpse.
Oh, so it is a skeleton. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a standard skeleton,
little skeleton. So what do you want it to do? Like, what do you like? You are commanding it. So
I'd like it to give me advantage on my next strength check to escape.
Yeah. Okay. So I think all these like little bones just shove in between your skin and the hand. Ugh. And it is all the bones are starting to just like surge in to the hand, trying to force it open. And then Chips, it like helps Book and kind of like reaches up and grabs the lowest rung, and then she just drops back into the water and runs over and puts both of her hands on the tick's face, and you see like flames erupt out of her hands over its face. So she just starts like burning it. So you can make your check with advantage, and it makes it with disadvantage.
15.
Say 13.
Oh. Woo. So Ben just, I guess, kicks his leg free. And thank you, and starts running to the ladder. Yeah, jumps on the ladder and looks back at the skeleton. Yeah, the skeleton is just gives you a salute. Yeah, and Ben just says, "Thank you. Find me," and just starts climbing away. It's live for 24 hours.
Is it? Okay. So I think, so what's happening now is like you've like struggled yourself free. You jump up in. Do you go first, or do you put Chips up first, just for like a marching order? Chips is like screaming and holding on to the tick's face and just like blasting it into the muck. Yeah, I think as Ben got his freedom, he'd grab her by the shoulder and she'd be like, "Come on," and let her go first, and then jump on and say thank you to the poor horrific skeleton. Yeah, and it is standing there, and you can still hear that thumping, and you hear like a swoosh as a tick, like as you're making your way up into the tunnel, another tick comes sliding around the corner, and the skeleton like looks at you and nods, and then all the rat skulls except for one just turn to the back of the head as the bones reorient themselves to be facing the tick, and it charges down the hallway towards it. to slow it down.
Cool.
It is a skeleton. So you are climbing up, and I think you just see bones just shatter across the inside of the room as the tick just like barrels through it, but it uses a round to do that as you climb up.
This ladder, is it a stone wall it's against?
This you're starting to make your way into the metal pipes.
Okay.
But like once you get up into another, so right now what you're doing is you are climbing up to the next level.
Okay.
Like this is making its way up through like a central pipe.
This is a very long climb.
Yeah, it's a long climb.
Okay. Because of athlete, I don't take half speed when I climb.
Okay.
So yeah, Ben shouts to them like, can you use your cool backpacks? Go faster? Because they're in his way.
Okay, so it's close quarters. But yeah, they do. All three of them with Patch in the front. Yeah, 2 grappling hooks shoot upwards, and they are just kind of like Spider-Man web slinging upwards.
Okay.
You are climbing up at full speed, and
can I throw dashes in there to go?
Oh yeah, I would say like you're moving 80 feet.
80 feet around, yeah. So like Ben is doing a classic kind of lycanthrope that all fours like run, but it's along the wall. So he's basically launching himself up, catching, grabbing, planting his feet, launching himself up, catching, grabbing, launching.
And you are constantly catching up with them as they have to like catch up to their grappling hooks, fire again. But you look back down over your shoulder and you see with its limbs just crushed out against the walls, climbing like a spider, is the tick behind you. And it is just like denting the pipe as its hands reach in.
And it's keeping up with us?
It is, yeah. It actually seems like it is gaining on you.
Ben, he stops and he just shouts like, keep going! And looks down and casts Dispel Magic at 4th level.
Okay.
On it.
So
120-foot range.
As you stop, it had been like moving. It's going to shoot its hand up at you too.
Okay.
So both of you are going to make this roll.
Okay, I got a 16 or a 17.
17? And it got a 19. So the hand is like shooting right at you. And what is it, like a pulse that comes out of you?
No, I think it's directed. Like Ben holds a hand. He always like kind of points at what he's doing, and so like the spell magic effect would kind of hit it as it's like a dart almost. Like it's just like a little zip, and then there's the dispel magic effect upon it, which would be like that time kind of ripples of time energy as it sort of sets it back to before it was animated.
Okay, so that is not high enough to shut it down like the others were.
Okay.
But I will give it disadvantage on that attack. So it goes from a 19 to a 14.
Which misses.
Okay. So I will say it got disadvantage and it is having a harder time moving. As you can see, like its joints seem to have seized up as the magic isn't holding it, but it's not going to last very long.
Okay.
You have a fair bit of the tunnel left. You're going to have to set it back more than this, or else it is still going to catch you.
Right.
You can tell by how quickly it's moving.
Okay, yeah, Ben he starts leaping and jumping up the ladder.
I think you actually pass Chips, as Chips is like holding on, waiting for you to go past, and she slams down an emergency grate as you keep like moving your way up, and it like hits it and just tears it out effortlessly with its arm as it keeps moving up.
Okay, Ben looks back and holds up a finger, and a black beam of energy fires out of his hand as he tries to hit it with a ray of enfeeblement, which has I got a +7 on that. That's pretty good.
Does it work on constructs?
Oh, I don't know. A creature, on a hit, the target deals only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. This is just like I'm all out of tricks. Like, this is the only one that really feels like it'd do anything in this scenario.
Okay.
Oh.
So, are you like out of spell slots?
I'm out of high level spell slots. Yeah, the Rave Enfeeblement would make it like hurt us less, but it won't slow it down or do anything.
And you can see like it's not damaging you. Like it's not swinging. You've seen they have weapons, like they have axes and maces and stuff like that they can swing, but it is shooting grappling hook arms at you to try to hold you, not kill you.
I think Ben. I don't know. Yeah, he holds up a hand and he's thinking, and then he touches himself on his chest and casts Sanctuary.
Okay.
So he's warded. Now, until the spell ends, any creature who targets with an attack or harmful spell must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack. So, yeah, that'd help against getting grabbed by those hands.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say. It rolled a 24 to hit.
Oof.
But with Sanctuary, you have a choice.
Okay.
So it was aiming at you, but with Sanctuary, it would hit Chips. So do you want to get grappled, or do you want Chips to get grappled?
Ben casts Sanctuary on himself and then sees it make the shift. And as its hand shoots past, he grabs its hand. He takes the attack.
You are grappled again.
Okay.
And you can see like that dispel effect has stopped slowing it down as it just says, stay where you are. And still terrifying the rest of its 3 arms and its legs just like sticking into the sides as it climbs up. And Chips is staying there, and she kind of like has her hands on the arm and is like looking panicked. And from above, you just hear Patch just yelling out like, "We gotta go, Chips, come on!" And she just says, "I'm sorry," and turns and shoots the grappling hooks upwards and shoots up into the vent. If you're stuck for things to do, like if you don't think there's anything, we could end the scene kind of here as I'll like leave it. If you want to keep fighting it, you can, but you're in a rough spot.
Yeah.
It's not going to kill you.
Yeah, it's just going to capture me.
Yeah.
Which is very bad.
I think the
should have let Bree get fucking captured. Yeah, I thought one of my party members was going to help me, but I see how it is. Got to rely on old Kid Revolution.
So I think that the tick like is climbing up now. It sort of reels its arms in, and it is going to, as it comes in, just
do not resist. You will be brought in for questioning. You will not be harmed.
What's the radius of this pipe?
I would say it's like 5 feet. Like it's a pretty small, like it's like a ladder, right? Just like an access ladder.
Yeah.
But where it gets up to the next level, which is probably like another 120 feet or so, it does open up, and it is like climbing up there with you now.
Yeah, I just think Ben is, he's not gonna, he's just gonna cover his face, cast guidance on himself, and wait for a moment to try to break free. That's kind of all he can do at the moment.
The tick, brings you up to the next level. Like the two of you climb slower now. As you come up to the next level, the others are gone. There's no sign of them above.
Mm-hmm.
It starts bringing you along. You are now in the jungle. These pipes, you now see there's like water pipes running past you, which take the humidity and start running them to other levels and to water all of the crops. And it takes you to another one of those stair access hatches and walks you up into the City of the Dead.
Okay.
Which is like a very large, long graveyard walled in. And as it comes up, another tick is there.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them, it takes your other arm, and they start to walk you towards the tower.
Okay.
So I think as you get there, you see one of the magic users, one of the drow, is there in the green and gold robes. And she looks at you coming and says, "Very good. This is not the end for you. You're not going to never see the light of day ever again. As long as you can strike a deal and we can find out where your friends are.
Ben doesn't say anything. He just his head drops.
And the magic user touches the 2 ticks and then pats you on the head and casts fly on all of you. And they lift off and start flying you back down towards the anvil. And we'll jump back to the other group. Hello.
Oh, we're back.
So who's Mitch playing next?
We'll see.
It's definitely going to be Ben's mom.
We threw around a few ideas.
We had an important question.
Yeah.
In the Zoltus ring, there's PWGRS, which is the train system. Does that stand for Power Word Go? Power Word Go railway system?
It doesn't, no. Big mystery. Nobody knows what it stands for.
Oh, well, I guess we solved it.
Power Word Go.
It's Power Word Go.
I would actually love it if people call it Power Word Go, because nobody knows the real abbreviation. People in my mind, people called it the Pougers. The Pougers, but Power Word Go is also unreal. So I would say people also call it that.
I have to give credit to him.
Thank you. You started asking, I was like, well, this is the part that's going to make it into the podcast, you jerk.
So, what are y'all doing? Taking a nap at the house?
I mean, yeah,
Hanging?
I'm going back to the house because I am afraid of everywhere I go today. There's big groups of people hunting me down.
Okay.
So I am going to go and hide under a bed or something.
So when you get back to the house, there are a bunch of things nailed to your door.
Okay. That makes sense.
So you get a
bunch of nails,
city map,
lots
of nails, yeah, nails and paper. The things that you can see.
City map I would take because that's a picture.
Yeah. There is also a drink menu from the Bag of Rocks.
So I see pictures of drinks and a bag of rocks. Yeah, I don't understand. I leave that one on the door.
Yeah, I think you would recognize the logo of the Bag of Rocks, the scales weighted on one side with a bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would take that one then and tuck it into a bag and just be like, I will talk to Star about this one.
And I think that's actually all. Besides like the junk mail, there's like some pizza coupons and.
They haven't sent us like the city code or whatever yet?
No, they haven't. You didn't give them your address.
No, that's true.
Didn't we?
For that.
We talked to that gnome though.
Yeah, the gnome sent you the map. And it is circled. Bree wouldn't maybe know this, but they have circled their office on it. If you want to go see them. And they've circled the Policies building, which is down in Unity Square in the Queens.
I mean, I love the idea of me finding this map with a bunch of circles on it and being like, a clue to adventure. But no, Bree is hiding. Bree is taking these things and she is going in and I think is probably going to go find her robe because at least she wasn't being attacked in that. Right. And we'll probably like put that on and wander around the house.
Okay.
In my priestly bathrobes.
Phelan and Star have met up at the balloon vendor. So you can see the balloon vendor there is making little dragons out of twisty balloons.
Yeah, I think Dara, if you sort of like walk up, I would sort of like stroll towards you. Don't be alarmed, it's just me.
Stab.
Does it sound like you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, Star kind of just does look alarmed for a second, but then is like, Valen, can you? How do I know it's you?
How do you know it's me? I sent you the message to meet here. We need to get Ben out of the sewers.
Oh, okay. Where's everyone else?
I don't know.
Maybe you can send the message to them?
I cannot. I'm running very low on energy to continue casting. I believe Bree is still capable of flight. Other than that, I don't know where she's gotten to. And I lost track of Rowan and Kara.
Well, okay, it seems we have two choices. We either try to go into the sewers and find Ben, or we go back to the house and try and meet up with everyone. Unless you have other ideas.
I worry about Benjamin on his own down there. They said they were going to seal up the sewers, so I'm not sure how he could escape.
Well, probably the same way he got in.
Right. I could really quickly check in with him.
That probably seems like a good idea, frankly.
I cast sending to Ben.
You said you were out, you son of a bitch.
I told Star I was out. I have one left.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
It's gonna be useless because I'll send him a message. He'll respond. I won't be able to say anything back.
All right. So choose your words carefully as we both go back to Mitch's room, where he's sitting alone. Poor guy.
Do you have a way out of the sewer? Do you need us to rescue right now, or should we regroup and return for you?
We just have to figure out where you are. So they...
Me?
Yeah.
They got me in the jungle.
Well, so I don't think you're there yet by the time he sends this sending.
Oh.
So they went to a balloon vendor, which wasn't very far away. So I would say you are maybe looking at the skeleton, like right as the skeleton is about to explode.
Okay. So we're heading up the ladder.
Yeah, you're like about to head up the ladder.
You hear back. Yes, rescue now. Me and the kids, we're climbing up a vent to I don't know where. We're going up. They're after us. Please. We're going up.
Okay. Valen's out of spell slots, so we're goodbye.
And you're like communicating to Ben. Star just like idly picks up some food from a nearby vendor and starts eating it.
You see Valen's eyes sort of like widen a little bit. He looks at you. Still very much in danger. He and some of the kid resistance folks are climbing up some vents, and he says they're very much in need of rescue.
I'm going to ask you a question which you're not going to like, which is where?
Up.
Up. Yeah, Star looks up.
So I imagine if he went through the sewers and then maybe connected to some piping somewhere, he's climbing above us now.
Are there pipes between? Like, yeah, I'm gonna look around for pipes like connecting this with the next disc.
Yeah, so there are lots of like ventilation pipes that move between. A lot of them are like on the outside of the rings, that move up from one level to another to move like moisture and heat around.
Oh, he's probably trying to take the same path that we did to get into the night market. That was not the correct path. I would highly recommend never taking that path.
Okay, I don't know what path you're referring to, but I think we need to act quickly.
But how do we know which one? Like, I'm looking around and I'm assuming there are hundreds of pipes.
Yes,
yeah
there are.
You didn't see which way Rowan and Kara went?
I think you would have been able to see. Rowan wasn't hiding.
Yeah.
And you had a good vantage point, so you would know just about where they are. Yeah.
Did Rowan just walk off like too? Like, I feel like I kind of. Yeah. Okay.
Came out the front door. Was covered in pancakes.
Yeah. I will communicate where I thought he went. Yes, I was perched on the roof. I got a pretty good idea, but Kara, I think, just turned into a bird and started flying, right? I don't know where she is.
And if we look around, how much like law enforcement is still like in the area?
Very little. Pretty much everything has calmed down. The streets have kind of gone back to normal at this point. The balloon vendor is up closer to the Golden Dragon, so you've made your way like onto the other side of the inter-ring shaft.
I have a question, which is maybe a crazy question. This is a big ass city, right?
Oh yeah.
Any kind of vendor who like might sell messaging services. Like, I imagine that in the city, a pretty common thing that would happen is that people want to send messages to each other in the city.
That's brilliant.
I bet that does exist, yeah.
Mike's like, I quit. I'm done. I quit.
Yes.
Just 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's the equivalent of a like 3rd level spell scroll, it would be pretty expensive, I think.
Yeah, so I think the things are you can get like animal messengers for cheap. Rats and pigeons and stuff like that that'll fly messages for you, or like magically guided. And I would say that would still be probably like 15 to 20 gold.
For a messenger? For an animal messenger?
For like an animal messenger, yeah.
Okay.
And then for the spell slot,
It's like 400 gold for a 3rd level spell scroll.
Yeah,
Woof.
so the scroll is definitely more expensive, but I would say half of that, so probably 200.
Okay. Maybe we can use one of those Mox Sorain messaging services?
That's not a bad idea.
Send them a pigeon? But I mean, I'm afraid it might still take a while. I mean, at least to Rowan.
Right, and yes, if we're doing one of those animals, I think that's just a one-way communication.
I think Ben, if I know Ben, he's probably going to try to crawl into the pipes and then make his way to the night market. So, is there any hope that I have of being able to like tell at least roughly where on the ring above me the night market would be?
You can make a survival check to know where the night market is. I don't think that would be too hard because it's so close. Like you've got landmarks.
15.
15. You know that it would probably be on the west.
Yeah, because like the elevator is there and it's next to that,
Yeah,
right?
so like it's on the west side of that.
Yeah. So I'm going to say like, well, okay, so the night market is roughly there and points on the disc above. So probably let's hope that he's in one of the pipes heading to that area and like Star's just going to follow the line over to that wall.
It's as good as a guess as any. Should we reconvene with Rowan and Kara if we can?
Yes, absolutely.
Should we like just try to run over that direction and see if they're still loitering around, or?
So where have you gone, Rowan and Kara?
How much time has passed?
So at this point, to like go up to the balloon vendor and have these conversations, I'd say 10 or 15 minutes.
Kara, if I may, Rowan's probably looking at that ball still and trying to figure out how it works without setting it off.
Okay. I think Kara might be just like doing like brief like run out and do like a lap of the courtyard, streets around, just like a quick scan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think he'd be concerned because, yeah, it sounded based on what Kara said before that everyone was kind of gotten away or in the process of getting away. So yeah, no, he's just checking out that ball and trying to figure out if he can get it work.
Yeah, I think Kara might be keeping a bit of an eye on where the guards seem to be going. Like the ones standing over the hole.
Yeah, because I would say like because Star like transformed his clothes and Valen transformed his entire body, I don't think there's much hope of finding them on these little runs. But you can easily keep an eye on the guards.
Yeah.
And Rowan, you can make me an Arcana check to figure out how that works. Kara, watching the guards, so they start like making their way up north, and they take the kids over to the shaft, and they jump down with them.
Oh, not bad.
And you can see like some of the ticks break off from that group at that point and head back into the tower that's just to the north of Danny's. And a couple of the guards break away as well, but the two magic users stay with the group as they head down.
Down into the well, Kara, tell me.
I think I would stay a long way back, like as far back as I can manage to like keep line of sight. But I might follow them down the shaft.
Sure. Okay. I think we will break out to them.
Without telling.
Are you going to tell Rowan?
I think if I saw them going down the hole and Rowan was back, no.
Yeah. Okay. So
I love breakout rooms.
breakout rooms are amazing. We probably should have broken out this whole part. But yeah, okay. So I'll make another one for that.
We've developed something that encourages us to break up the party. And once again, Mike, your life is made harder.
No, it's way easier. I like this a lot more.
Oh, okay. All right. That's not Stockholm Syndrome, like genuinely?
The whole podcast is Stockholm Syndrome.
Okay.